We have hit 100 subscribers. Thank you to each and every one of you who subscribed. I couldn't have done it without you. Of course, this isn't as funny as the funny number, but it's still really cool because now we are only 900 subscribers away from our goal of 1,000 subscribers at the end of 2021. So I really appreciate it if you all subscribed. Thank you very much. Alright, I used to hate Apple. I used to love specs, and on specs, Apple seemed like trash. Garbage. 12 megapixel camera, 2 gigabytes of RAM, less than 2,000 milliamp hours of battery life. What is this? Are we like peasants? Look at this cheap clothes. Oh, you have an aluminium unibody. Yeah, I don't care. My PC's plastic, so?
An aluminium body and formed sheet of glass describe a singular shape.
Who cares? You're gonna put a case on it anyway. Oh, your phone's glass. Wow, wireless charging. Android has had that for years. Yeah, I was that majority kind of person who would just bash Apple. Anyway, well, I've always kind of wanted an iPhone, but I wanted an Android more, and every time I upgraded my phone, I would consider an Android way more than an iPhone. And I had an LG Q6 at the time. I had a crisp, big display, and I was happy with it. I had an HP PC. It was perfectly fine for my video editing, and I liked it. It was awesome. And then COVID hit, and the iPhone SE came out, and I saw it, and I'm like, 12 megapixel camera, 2 gigabytes of RAM, tiny baby battery. And wait, you're charging $600 for that? $600? Do you know how many potatoes I can buy with that? Do you know how many Android phones I can buy with that? I can buy an A51, better camera, better screen, better battery life, 4 cameras. And of course I didn't know that 2 of those cameras were completely dumb and useless, so yeah, I judged it by its looks. I am sorry, never judge a phone or anything by its looks, okay? And then my brother got an iPad for online school, and I'm like, A10, 4-year-old chip, that's inferior, 3 gigabytes of RAM, what is this? Look at this giant bezel, look at this crap potato camera. And then I tried it out. What do you know? It felt amazing. 3 gigabytes of RAM, A10, 4-year-old chip. Ran amazingly. It just blazed through and no problems whatsoever. I was surprised. My dad had just gotten a Samsung tablet, and that one was from 2019, and it came with like 4 gigabytes of RAM or something. And it felt fast to me, and I'm like, wow, this is nice. Then I got the iPad, and I was like, holy, this is true value right there. And I was like, Apple, maybe I judged you a bit too early. Maybe there's something that justifies their seemingly high prices, even though the iPad is pretty cheap. And, yeah, I was thinking about it, but there was not really a reason for me to upgrade my LG Q6 or my HP PC because they were both fine pieces of technology. And then the LG Q6. The LG Q6 that I started this very YouTube channel on. I filmed I Destroy a Computer with that. It got destroyed. The bottomless corner, gone. Here's a full backstory here, and you might think I'm crazy in that video, but it's actually kind of creepy. Anyway, phone cracked. I have no phone. What do I do? And I got an iPhone. Switched, took the plunge, because my dad had an iPhone 7 for work, and that was the only iPhone I've ever interacted with. And I was, wow, this is awesome. I tried it. The home screen UI was smooth. Siri was responsive. You know, Siri dumb. The camera was on point, sharp. It was beautiful. And I took the plunge, and I got an iPhone 7, which I'm filming on right now. And the things people say about the headphone jack, well, honestly, I think it's just a little overrated. The headphone jack, I have not found myself wanting at all. The ear pods are very nice, but if you do happen to find yourself wanting to use your headphones, you could just have an adapter. Like, oh yeah, the adapter, why I have to use an adapter? But honestly, if you just keep your adapter on your headphones the entire time, instead of in your purse or pocket or something. I don't know where you keep your dongles. But like if you just keep it on your headphones and you just let it sit there on your headphones, then when you need to use it, you just plug the dongle in. Well, it should be pretty fine. And Bluetooth earbuds are pretty cheap. You can find pretty good ones on Amazon. And I was pretty happy with my iPhone. I felt, wow, this is great. I should never have judged Apple the way I did. I'm sorry, Apple. And then I realized I wanted to take my YouTube videos to the next level, and that was something my HP PC couldn't let me do. The trackpad just broke one day, and the cursor would jump around everywhere. It was a very big pain. I couldn't even do basic school tasks on it. And I also wanted something that I could use to transfer files from my phone to my computer very seamlessly. AirDrop. I switched to a Mac. Yes, $1,000 for a 5-year-old laptop. 5 years old. Why? Honestly, I don't feel that regretting, actually, because this is a perfect laptop, in my opinion. It's got all the ports. It's old, not obsolete. And the software runs perfectly smooth. Like, look at this. I'm going to load up Safari right now. Bam. Right in there. And it's just really awesome. And this is 8 GB of RAM, 7th gen Intel i5 Broadwell processor, so not the best specs, and certainly not worth $1,000 on paper. But then you gotta realize macOS is just so awesome. And I've been editing my videos with iMovie on this, and it's been a dream so far. It's not lagged once. This has never let me down at all. However, I am going to be using Final Cut Pro from now on. See this? Final Cut Pro. I'm going to be trying to use that, take my videos to the next level. And I'll comment down below how my experience is with Final Cut Pro in a few weeks. So stay tuned for that, and I might make a video about it. So yeah. Final Cut Pro on a 5-year-old laptop. Does it work fine? Anyway, do I regret it? Well, there are lots of things I have to complain about. The iPhone's battery life is, no, don't even talk to me about it. I have to plug it in like maybe 2 or 3 times a day. This might not be a deal now since we're all stuck at home. However, once COVID is over, I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna have to carry around a power bank. I have a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank, so I'm not that concerned, but some people don't have a power bank, and that's gonna be a problem. Charging with Lightning is actual trash. Like, Lightning is the worst thing to exist. Where's my Lightning cable? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Lightning cable. You're slow. You're garbage. Battery life and charging on the iPhone sucks. The screen, I don't know. I came from a 400 ppi screen to this 300 ppi screen. I could tell the difference, but then I used it for a while. I was like, I didn't notice it. I didn't really care. And people are saying, wow, 4-year-old iPhone, giant bezels. Look at this giant circle home button thing with the scanner. Well, I actually think the fingerprint sensor is better than Face ID just because of the masks and everything. And it's just a lot more reliable. You don't have to look at your phone or anything. You just, if you're on a desk and you just want to look at your notifications at the time, you can just click it and you can just glance at it. You don't have to like bend all the way over and just stare into the phone's soul, you know? The bezels, they actually kind of just disappear. Like, I'm not even joking, they just disappear when you're using the phone. It's just a lot more seamless. You cannot tell that this is a 2 GB of RAM phone running a 4-year-old processor. This thing, like, it can kill most Android flagships today, not gonna lie. It's not a perfect phone. My biggest gripe is the battery life. But if you're gonna get a small phone like this, you are gonna get bad battery life. However, the entire thing is opposite with my Mac. MagSafe is really fast, really convenient, and I can just chop it off once it's done as well, and it's actually really nice to have that peace of mind, you know. Wish they'd bring it back. Hopefully they do. The battery life on this is superb. It can easily last me 1 day, maybe 2 days. If I'm editing a video, it's gonna last me a lot less than that, but most of the time I'm not editing a video, so it should be fine. The screen on my MacBook Pro is just, this is glorious. Like, phones, you have them up front, so you can clearly see the pixels, but if you have your Mac on a desk, like this, I can literally not tell if this is like pixels or anything. With my HP PC, it had a 750 by 1080, I think, and they were all really spread out, so I could really notice it, and it just, I didn't really think about it much, but then when I upgraded to the Retina, and I look back at the HP, I was like, oh goodness, that is not good. I do have some gripes about it though. Like, this keyboard is in a really weird layout for my HP PC, and there's just not enough key travel, you know? Like, just a little bit more. Like, you get used to it, like, it doesn't feel bad. It feels excellent, in fact. But then once you feel like a normal keyboard, not that this isn't normal, but like a classic desktop keyboard, mechanical keyboard, or like a PC laptop keyboard. PC laptops are generally a lot thicker, so they have much more key travel, and it's a lot better, a lot nicer experience. And then there's no start button. I was not used to that. The trackpad did feel really weird because it's not even moving, it's just a little motor, but it's really satisfying to click and to force touch. That sounded wrong. I have all the ports here. This is actually very convenient compared to the newer ones, but they're gonna bring them back, which is nice to hear. Overall, do I regret it? No. On paper, it sounds terrible, and if you're a spec nerd, well, you're not gonna like Apple products, obviously. But once you get to use them, you actually realize that the software and hardware are integrated so seamlessly. Just because Apple made the software, Apple made the hardware, it's all completely Apple. They're this little bubble with all these other tech companies. Apple really focuses on experience, which is not something you can really see on a spec sheet. You actually have to go to the store, feel it, use the Macs, buy it. If you don't like it, Apple's 40-day return policy is still very solid. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. Sounds like a lot, but let's do it. Peace.